Alright, what up, guys? This is going to be the top 10 creepiest shows for kids. So, basically, if y'all remember when y'all was younger, some of the shows that came out back in, let's say the 2000s, since I grew up in around the 2000s, even the 90s, that some of those shows was kind of creepy. So, creepiest shows for kids.
So close your eyes and you will find.
Fun fact. When y'all were younger, well, y'all used to be scared of the dark watching some of these shows, like right after watching, then going to sleep, and then with the lights turned off. When I was younger, I had to sleep with nightlight for a Grimm was so amazing.
Number 10, Beetlejuice.
Hey, babes, that was a good one. A birthday present that really stinks.
For those familiar with the movie, the Beetlejuice television series was a worthy spin-off, just with a much lighter tone and more kid-friendly themes.
Beetlejuice, something strange.
I actually didn't grow up watching Beetlejuice much, but of course I know about it. But I just wonder if the Beetlejuice movie is good. Well, obviously gotta be pretty good because it's just some people tell me, is this cartoon pretty good or what for those who have half watched it? I know this is an older cartoon.
Just going on.
Strange? No way, babes. Nothing strange ever happens to me.
Following the titular ghost and his adventures in the Since Burton was involved in the creative process, the show retained the offbeat charm and supernatural infusion present in the film. That made the series a hit. It lasted 4 seasons and even won a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Animated Program. For 80s babies, animated Beetlejuice was impossible to ignore, avoid, or not to be at least kind of scared of.
Yeah.
Well, just what I was looking for.
Number 9, The Real Ghostbusters.
Oh my God.
Something strange in the neighborhood.
Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters!
This cartoon, based on our favorite paranormal
Man, I
investigators, was
grew
a fun.
up watching the Ghostbusters. The real one, Ghostbusters. This cartoon right here. I had the whole DVD set my dad had, and I grew up watching the whole thing. Like every weekend, I'll watch it. It was so amazing to me.
Phenomenon
God.
in the late 80s, early 90s.
Funzo.
Oh yeah.
You want me?
Come get me.
Sillier and goofier than the 1984 film, but still spooky by kid standards thanks to the Ghosts of the Week. The show aired on ABC for 7 seasons, and the merchandise licensing was extensive. A line of Real Ghostbusters toys was released that was just as successful as the show, while Slimer was even featured on High C's Ecto Cooler drink until 1997.
I didn't know
Witty
that.
jokes and the occasional
Slimer.
scare, it's no mystery why an animated Ghostbusters show would be popular among kids of the 80s and 90s.
Remind me to never put marshmallows in my hot cocoa again.
Number 8, The Addams Family.
Oh,
The Addams
darling, it's
Family.
Halloween time.
90s animated version's chance to shine.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together kooky.
The Addams Family.
It lasted 2 seasons, featured all the regular characters, and even had John Astin from the original live-action series reprising his role as Gomez.
Well, evidently you have not
See,
only a
I grew up watching the actual cartoon. I watched the actual cartoon, not really the live action much. And of course, I know on Netflix they got the Wednesday or whatever show, or what it's a TV show, right? Yeah, the Wednesday show. And I wasn't that big on Wednesday or super big on the Addams Family, but I still loved to watch. It was one of those shows that like, it's on. And then right after Scooby-Doo came on. So
Come on, Pugsley. Hold it, Wednesday. I'm working my way over to those spikes in the corner.
Following the success of the first Addams Family feature film, the series was embraced by a fresh generation of kids, proving you can't go wrong with Gomez, Morticia, Wednesday, Pugsley, Uncle Fester, Cousin
You can't
It,
go wrong with the
Lurch,
classics.
and the rest of the family in any medium.
that's the problem nowadays.
Out and passed out.
Number 7,
Don't change
The
nothing.
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
It seems to be a swirling vortex of pure evil coming out of your floor.
If
Now
you're searching,
this was my show. I love the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and I love the Jamaican Grim Reaper. I just loved it. Everything about it was amazing. Chef's
for a
kiss on
children's
it.
show that
10
pushed
out
the
of 10.
envelope, look no further than The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. One of the protagonists of the show is the Grim Reaper. Literally, and creepiness ensue as they travel through various planes of paranormal existence, battling ghosts, monsters, and demons.
Stay away from the chamber.
I wouldn't say battling, but
The
yeah.
series was a hit with kids seeking unique and somewhat spooky entertainment, as it lasted 6 seasons on the Cartoon Network. an incredibly long run for an animated kid.
Who remembers that the Grim Adventure Bill and Mandy episode that had that whole song, brains, I love 'em, I need 'em. Man, that right there was my favorite episode, and to this day, if I ever hear it strolling from YouTube, I'll stop and listen to it. Just a couple of days ago, I was watching it.
Kids show.
Greatest show under earth.
Number 6, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Of course.
Head for the roller coaster.
No matter when you grew up, you were probably exposed to comedy and captivating mysteries.
And for those
Scooby-Doo
of Vilma, or watch Vilma, whatever, and I know everyone don't like it. I never even watched it because I just couldn't get into it and couldn't understand why mess up the IP of Scooby-Doo so much. But yeah, when I heard about Velma,
has all the
I
adventure
went right
kid
back to
needs
watching
be
the original
entertained.
Scooby-Doo because I'm like, I'm not going to
It
let
all
that
started with
ruin
the
my Scooby-Doo.
1969 Hanna-Barbera series, which paved the way not only for the rest of the Scooby franchise, but also for every cartoon on this.
Ready to put on the dough.
Side note, Scooby-Doo Incorporated is also
pioneered
pretty
the
awesome.
horror-themed
Just
children's
throwing
show,
that out there.
And its
you know.
status as a pop
Scooby-Doo
culture
Incorporated is
icon
amazing.
is
If you haven't seen it, you should
impossible
watch
to
it.
refute. Jinkies.
Blasted meddling kids.
Number 5, Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
To get your day off to a screaming start.
Okay, I never seen
Take
this.
a little wheat germ.
The cartoon
well, I
is
guess that
far
makes
more
sense.
child-friendly, with anything resembling blood and guts removed to keep kids and parents happy.
The kids honestly wouldn't have cared, truth be told.
Being an anthology series, Tales from the Crypt Keeper was hosted by the title character, a living corpse who introduced each disturbing story.
Here's a spine-chilling saga about a bridge. A bridge young Eddie Gruff was terrified.
Ingrained in the minds of 90s kids, despite its relatively short run, with werewolves, trolls, and other less traditional monsters.
I ain't gonna lie, this look kind of lit.
The show lasted 2 seasons initially, before being revamped in 1999 for 13 more spooky episodes.
Smells
Well, that's
good,
actually kinda
huh?
cool.
What's cooking?
Nothing?
Number 4, Courage the Cowardly
Of
Dog.
course,
We interrupt
of
this
course. We all knew Courage the Cowardly Dog was gonna win.
Courage, the Cowardly Dog Show! Starring Courage, the Cowardly Dog!
Courage the Cowardly Dog
Everybody
was
in
so
the
strange.
2000s.
It's a wonder.
Everybody in the 2000s and 2000 and the 90s seen Courage the Cowardly Dog and fell in love with it. Scooby-Doo is way more popular, obviously, but Courage definitely stuck the landing. And of course, Death Battle also did a battle between Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo. It's pretty good. Y'all should watch it.
It got made at all, but we're
If you
darn
haven't
happy
seen
it
it.
did.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Shown from a small pink beagle's perspective, we're taken through the nightmarish world in which he lives. Creatures,
Oh,
often
yeah.
with supernatural leanings, constantly appear and threaten Courage's life. And that makes for an intense viewing experience that competing kid shows at the time simply couldn't offer.
Nope.
Okay,
Courage
Don,
was
it's
out,
like this.
was
You drive us to
blowing
the
it out of
bag,
the park
or the fat
every
lady gets
episode.
it, say?
There's a fan bubble.
With
No, it
all
doesn't.
your imperfections.
Not to this extent. That fan theory was broken.
Number 3, Erie, Indiana.
Nobody believes me, but Erie, Indiana is the center of weirdness for the entire planet.
See it, revere it to this very day.
Why
Please,
did that?
ma'am. You gotta listen to me. I don't want to be doing this. Stay
Why
right
is
there
that
while I
old
call the
lady
police.
just freaked me out
Considered a
how
sort
she
of
looks.
adolescent X-Files, the
Yeah,
show
that old lady
revolves
alone
around a
freaked
young
me out.
teen that moves to the titular town where unexplainable events occur that pervade the 19-episode series.
And you'll be back before, 9 a.m.
Of course, there was a point
Lost
where
our
someone
time.
had like 3 or 4 watches. I don't know what the deal
Not
was with
1 second later.
Though geared towards kids, the show is known for its creative maturity, which could be seen in the writing and directing. It wasn't made to patronize kids. Number 2, Goosebumps.
that. I knew he was supposed to be in it.
This is Cardi Beck's head.
Based on the monumentally successful book
Books.
series, only beaten in
Who read the Goosebumps books, and thought that here and there, and I really didn't think they was that amazing, but they was hugely popular. I like the
sales
TV
by
show
Harry
more.
Potter,
I'm one of those types of
Goosebumps
kids.
show
One of those
is
types of people.
equally horrifying.
I gotta watch it.
So we
Yep.
have dramatized versions of such classics as The Haunted Mask, Night of the Living Dummy, and Stay Out of the Basement, and the results are predictably unsettling.
Yeah. Granted, when I was
As
watching
the king
it,
of children's horror, R.L. Stine had other Goosebumps-inspired shows such as The Nightmare Room and
Yeah.
The Haunting Hour, the latter of which won
yeah, I
several
remember
Emmy
that
Awards. An obviously worthy successor to the show that terrified us first and terrified us best.
I don't like this, Casey. I don't
Yeah.
like it one bit.
Before we unveil Number 1. Are you afraid of the dark?
We're called
I knew it.
the Midnight Society.
For those brave and campfire stories
Just
told by a
once.
group of teens and tweens known as the Midnight Society. And these stories are nightmare-inducing.
Well, son, you're not dreaming.
So, it's
There were few topics the show failed to explore over its 7-season run, and it didn't sugarcoat anything. Because of this bare-knuckle treatment, Are You Afraid of the Dark gave kids of the 90s a nightmare they could share. And because of that, it may be the most terrifying kid show ever made.
Yeah. I knew this was going to be on there. I wasn't a big fan of it, only because
you
I
agree
didn't
with our
watch it
list?
much.
I don't
But, you know.
understand. I put my soul into my work.
Which children
But anyway, guys, this was the top 10 creepiest shows for kids. And as I figured, some of them was definitely on the list that I figured was.